Two brothers, raised as one, now divided by a crown neither can escape. The story of Prince William and Prince Harry is not just a family disagreement. It is a modern royal fracture that has reshaped how the world sees the British monarchy. One was born to be king, the other was born to stand beside him. But somewhere between grief, duty, love, and identity, that bond began to break. And today, what remains is not just distance, but silence, questions, and a divide that history may never fully explain. From the very beginning, their lives were defined by expectation and contrast. William, the elder brother, second in line to the throne after his father, King Charles III, was raised with the quiet understanding that one day he would wear the crown. Harry, younger by 2 years, was often described as the spare, a term deeply rooted in royal tradition, where the firstborn is the heir and the second exists as a backup. But behind these titles were two boys who shared something far more powerful than protocol: a childhood marked by extraordinary privilege and devastating loss. That loss came in 1997, when their mother, Princess Diana, died in a car crash in Paris. William was 15. Harry was just 12. The image of the two young princes walking behind her coffin became one of the most haunting moments in modern history. It was a moment that united them in grief, in silence, and in a shared understanding of pain that no royal title could shield them from. For years, that bond appeared unbreakable. As they grew older, their paths seemed aligned. Both served in the military. Both carried out royal duties. Both appeared side by side at public events, often displaying a natural chemistry that made them one of the most relatable royal duos in generations. William embodied composure, responsibility, and the steady presence expected of a future king. Harry, on the other hand, brought energy, humor, and a willingness to challenge convention. Together, they balanced each other. But beneath that unity, differences were quietly forming. William's role was clear, his future tied to the institution, his identity shaped by duty. Every decision he made was not just personal, it was constitutional. His life was not entirely his own. Harry, however, had more flexibility. Without the direct weight of the crown, he had room to question, to resist, and eventually, to step away. The turning point came as both brothers entered new chapters of their lives. In 2011, William married Catherine, Princess of Wales, strengthening his position within the royal structure and presenting a stable image of the monarchy's future. The public saw in them continuity, tradition, and reassurance. Harry's journey took a different direction. In 2018, he married Meghan Markle, an American actress whose entrance into the royal family brought both global attention and intense scrutiny. At first, the Fab Four, William, Catherine, Harry, and Meghan, appeared united. But behind palace walls, tensions reportedly grew. Differences in personality, approach to royal life, media pressure, and personal values began to surface. What once seemed like a modern, united front slowly fractured into something far more complicated. In early 2020, everything changed. Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step back as senior members of the royal family, a move that stunned the world. It was unprecedented in modern royal history. They sought financial independence, greater privacy, and the freedom to shape their own lives beyond the constraints of royal duty. For Harry, it was more than a lifestyle choice. It was a decision rooted in protecting his family and breaking away from a system he felt had caused deep personal pain, particularly in relation to media intrusion. For William, however, the implications were profound. As the future king, he represented stability and continuity. The monarchy, built on centuries of tradition, depends on structure, hierarchy, and unity. Harry's departure was not just a personal decision, it had institutional consequences. It raised questions about loyalty, responsibility, and the future of the royal family in a rapidly changing world. What followed only deepened the divide. In 2021, Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah Winfrey brought private struggles into the public sphere. Allegations of internal tensions, mental health challenges, and difficult experiences within royal life sparked global debate. For the first time, the world saw a different side of the monarchy, not as a distant institution, but as a family grappling with conflict, misunderstanding, and emotional strain. William's response was measured, controlled, reflecting his role. He publicly stated that the royal family is very much not a racist family, addressing one of the interview's most controversial claims. But beyond that, he remained largely silent, embodying the principle that has long defined the monarchy: never complain, never explain. And this is where the contrast between the brothers became unmistakable. William chose silence, duty, restraint, and the preservation of the institution. Harry chose voice, openness, expression, and personal truth. In 2023, Harry's memoir Spare added another layer to the story. In it, he shared deeply personal experiences, including his struggles within the royal system and his strained relationship with William. The revelations reignited public interest, but also intensified the emotional distance between the brothers. Yet, despite everything, there have been moments, brief, almost symbolic, where they have stood together. During significant royal events, such as the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, the brothers appeared side by side once more. For a moment, the world saw echoes of the past, the unity, the shared grief, the bond that once defined them. But even in those moments, something had changed. Because this story is not just about disagreement. It is about identity. William cannot walk away. His life is intertwined with the monarchy. Every step he takes is part of a larger narrative that stretches back centuries. He represents the future of the crown. Harry chose to step outside of that narrative, to redefine his role, to prioritize personal freedom over inherited duty. And in doing so, he challenged one of the oldest institutions in the world. So what happens when duty and freedom collide within the same family? What happens when one brother must uphold tradition while the other seeks to break away from it? This is not a simple story of right or wrong. It is a story of perspective, of two individuals shaped by the same past but choosing different futures. And perhaps that is what makes it so compelling and so tragic. Because at its core, beyond the titles, beyond the headlines, beyond the global attention, this is the story of two brothers who once stood side by side, now walking separate paths, one toward a crown, the other toward independence. And somewhere between those paths lies a silence that has yet to be broken. Will reconciliation ever come? Will time, distance, and reflection heal what has been divided? Or has the weight of expectation, the pressure of public life, and the choices made along the way created a distance too great to bridge? History has seen royal rivalries before, brothers divided by power, ambition, and destiny. But this story is different because it is unfolding in real time, in front of the world, with every word, every appearance, every absence carrying meaning. And as the future king prepares for the throne, and the rebel prince continues to define his life beyond it, one question remains. Was this division inevitable, a result of roles they never chose? Or could something have been done to change the course of their story? Because sometimes the greatest battles are not fought for kingdoms, but within families. And now the world watches, waiting to see if two brothers, bound by blood and history, will ever find their way back to each other. What do you think? Was this split unavoidable? Or could Prince William and Prince Harry have stayed united despite everything? Type your thoughts below.